Welcome back to Dispatch Training Center, and it's me, Alex, SaaS instructor and that pushy dispatcher who wants to make sure that we are changing trucking for the better through education. And of course, as a new dispatcher, you probably need to improve your negotiation skills. You need to polish your communication skills between you and a driver, between you and a broker. But the most important thing that you need to utilize all available technology, all available data, and it starts with a simply understanding your load board. Today we're gonna do the overview of DAT products and their incredible tools, which gonna help you to analyze the market, which gonna help you to make correct decision and not to book a desperate load or go to the dead area. So let's see. I will be sharing the screen, and hopefully for some of you it's gonna make sense to look into it and start utilizing this information. First, we all know how new DAT load boards look right now. We already over huffing and puffing and crying. Please give us back the old interface. Well, it's not happening. Most of us already got used to this new face and all of these extra tools that are available in the last year or so. So let's see. If you are a new dispatcher and you've never seen yet load board, you can find this very helpful. First, on your dashboard, you can see three little postings or search tools, right? So the first one is a post your truck. So who is going to be using this? Is broker going to be using this? Is dispatcher going to be using it? Well, of course, who has a truck? Carrier has a truck. And why dispatcher is going to be posting the truck? Because dispatcher is representing carrier. And who is a carrier? Carrier is a transportation company which has an equipment, right? So carrier has a truck, carrier has a driver with a CDL, carrier has a trailer. Let's say maybe it's a reefer, maybe it's a dry van, maybe it's a flatbed, maybe it's a Conestoga, or whatever equipment do you guys are running. It doesn't matter. The idea is, I am as a dispatcher, I have available equipment. I have empty truck. Let's pretend I have empty truck in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's say I have this empty truck on Thursday. How do I know that I have empty truck on Thursday? Well, because as a dispatcher, I am the one who is booking the load today. Just for the sake of this video, let's pretend I booked the load today on Tuesday the 18th from Chicago, Illinois, delivering to Atlanta, Georgia on Thursday. Let's pretend that I had a dry van. So that means that I will be posting available truck for Thursday. What type of trailer will I be posting? Well, I know that it's going to be dry van. I also know that it's going to be 53 feet trailer. I know how much my truck can scale because I'm a pro dispatcher. I ask my driver to take his truck, empty trailer, go to gas station, fill out all the tanks with a diesel, put everything what he's carrying in his truck, and go to the empty scale ticket. And that's how I know how much product exactly this driver, Mike, with a truck 55, with a trailer 123 can scale. And if you are new, I can give you a hint. The legal weight in the USA for truck, trailer, your driver, his dog, cat, and product inside cannot exceed 80,000 on the weight. See, you're learning already. But let's go back to our load board. So now I actually can post this truck. So let's see. Well, I can choose a date. As I told you already, I am choosing Thursday. I know that he is gonna deliver at 8 o'clock in the morning. When should I start posting this truck? Should I wait till Thursday? Should I wait till tomorrow, Wednesday? Or maybe I should already start pre-posting because market in Atlanta is not that good right now. And I need to make sure I can bring him back to Chicago because he wants to actually spend his weekend with family. So that's why I'm going to choose where he's going to be delivering. Since I know that he's delivering at 8 o'clock and he's going to be a dry van, I already check out the site where he's delivering. The reviews are okay, 50-50. So I'm going to give him 2 hours to unload. So 8 o'clock, he's going to check in. He's a responsible driver. Plus, he has strict appointment. 2 hours to unload, 8, 9, 10. At 10 o'clock Eastern time, remember, I'm in Chicago. He's delivering in Georgia. Eastern time, 10 o'clock. In Chicago, still going to be 9 o'clock. He will be probably ready to move to pick up the next load. So I know my driver. My driver wants to come back to Chicago area because, as I said, he wants to spend weekend with his family. So on Thursday, he wants to pick up load in Atlanta, and I'm going to put Chicago, Illinois. Any questions here? So we are delivering Atlanta. It's going to be my receiver in the morning. Well, after he's going to be empty, Atlanta and surrounding areas are going to become my future shipper. After we're going to pick up the load in Atlanta on Thursday, well, Chicago is going to become our destination city or our receiver. Well, we also can choose the type of equipment. Well, I'm choosing the dry van, and of course, I need to also choose how big is my trailer is, and it's going to be 53 feet and maximum weight he can scale. For the purpose of this software, I am not putting exactly 44.2. I am putting 46,000 of maximum weight. Why? Because I want to see all the loads. As a dispatcher, I'm going to verify the weight anyway. Plus, remember, brokers are never putting correct information. So for the purpose of the posting, I am going to choose 46,000. That doesn't mean I'm going to be looking for the heaviest load out there, right? I am dispatcher who knows my driver. And of course, we do not want to have a heavy load. Well, we're not going through Wyoming right now. We're not going through North Dakota. We're not going to go through Nebraska. So we're not really afraid of the very strong wind or snowstorms. We are going back from Georgia back to Chicago. Seems like weather is not going to be anything unpredictable. So I posted my truck. So let's see. I posted the truck and I can go and view the searches. So remember, I am pre-posting, and look at this. On Wednesday, right now it's 4 p.m. Actually, not Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. Sorry, I'm already one day ahead. So at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, I already made my truck visible on load board. For whom? For the brokers. So I am advertising my equipment. I am telling them that my truck is going to be empty in Atlanta on Thursday, and he is willing to go towards Chicago. Right here, I want to make sure that I eliminate probably to 75 miles around Chicago. Plus, I am not going more than 75 miles around Atlanta for pickup. So let's see. And look at this. From 14 postings, we only have 4 results. So here is my question. Should you start looking for your backhaul already on Tuesday and definitely tomorrow if you need to go back to Chicago? And the answer is going to be yes, yes, and yes, because there is no loads coming back. So if you do not want to be stuck in Georgia or take a silly load somewhere in the middle of Indiana, Ohio, or go empty, you'd better start looking for the load early tomorrow or maybe even today. We still have another hour. We can go on the load boards. So the purpose of this is to show you how dispatchers work. So this is our postings of our equipment, but we were talking about the tools. So what's going on with market? Let's see what's going on with market. We're not going to look in a quick rate search, but what does it gives you? What this tool gives you? Let's do really fast. Let's say you were booking today load from Chicago going to Atlanta. So let's see how good did we book that load. In the last 15 days, it shows that spot market is paying $18.47, so $2.58 per mile. And we booked the load to go to Atlanta for $2,200. So $350 over than spot market. Well, why? It's cold in Chicago today, plus Atlanta is that. Just by looking at this, what can you say? Well, you can say that probably as a dispatcher, it's always going to be tricky. Not all the loads going to be at 260, 270 per mile because coming back, let's double check. What are they paying coming back from Atlanta to Chicago? So now we're going to put, let's say, Atlanta and see Atlanta to Chicago, right? And we're going to search and look at this, $1.30. So approximately $1.40, maybe $1.50. So let's calculate. We book it for 2,200 divided by 780 miles. So we book at $282. $282 per mile to go to Atlanta. Plus, are we going to be able to push the brokers with 4 loads on the load board today, maybe 20 loads tomorrow to more than $1.40? No, no, and no. So let's be realistic. Plus $1.40. So we had 422 divided by 2. Why did I divide by 2? Because I want to see the average rate per mile for 2 loads. So I should be at 211. 211. So if I'm going to end up with 211 per mile for dry van, am I doing a good job? Now let's go and let's see other tools, which we call trend lines. So let's see. Well, what is this going to give you? It's going to give you an idea of what's going on each month. So we just finished January and now we are in February. So let's see. If you're going to start looking on this screen right now, first, you can, cancel. You can see when load to truck ratio. I don't really care about this because this data is not that accurate. You can look at the dry van spot rates. So let's double check. What are we going to see? And remember, we are looking at the national rates. That means it's not including your empty miles, and it's combination for the whole week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, and for months. Right now, we're in the middle of February. So let's see, what does it show? So look, it shows you that it's around 233 on Midwest. It's $1.90 when you go south. It's $1.92 when you actually go into Northeast. And it's $2 per mile when you are on Southwest or West Coast. Well, it's average. So don't ever get mistaken. That's why you have to understand when you book the load from Chicago going to Atlanta, it has to be more than 230 because unfortunately, Atlanta is not paying you $1.92. So when you're looking at this, I still want you to do extra steps. This is great to see kind of average idea of the rates, but we need to go exactly in each city, in every state, and be more detailed. And that's why we don't just do national trend lines. We don't just do the quick rate search. We see what are we getting paid going to Atlanta? What are we getting paid coming from Atlanta? And only then we are making the decisions. But since we're here, let's look at this charts, and a lot of YouTubers like to show you all this. Again, when you just looking at the number, you have to understand how this numbers gets put together, right? So when I am teaching my students, this is just a one step of probably 5, 6, 7 steps process, which you have to do all the time. So let's go back and let's see. This was our drive-in rates. Well, if you're interested, let's see if our flatbed rates are higher. So let's see. What do you think? Are they higher? Well, they're kind of not changing much. They are actually a little bit down than in January. Let's look at our reefer rates. And we're going to see these numbers, right? Okay, 275, 214, 244, 249. So this is too big of the area to cover. It is gonna help you a little bit, but let's go back and start utilizing other stuff. Well, we have also market condition. So let's do this. Let's choose drive-in, and let's see if I am going to Atlanta. I'm gonna be looking for outbound, right? So I want to put Atlanta, outbound, right? Georgia outbound. I'm choosing the drive-in, and I want to see how many loads were there today, right? So it shows me that it was approximately 6,000 loads, and it was 968 trucks. So load to truck ratio looks great. And this is the biggest mistake people do. Well, if this is so many loads, why we not seeing them? So let's go back. Maybe we are doing some mistakes, so maybe we are not using this correctly. So let's double check. How many loads are actually going to be in Atlanta tomorrow in general? So let's see. Atlanta, Georgia, right? I am not even posting going back to Illinois. I'm just using the drive-in. I'm just going to look for full loads for 53 trailer, right? And I'm even going to put maximum 46,000. And I'm going to look for tomorrow. Okay, let's search. And look at this. I even put 150-mile radius. So let's go back to at least 100, right? And let's search. So look at this. We are seeing only 21 results for drive-in for tomorrow in Atlanta. Let's change the date. What's going on today? Are there any loads left today? Wow, there is 133 results for today. So why such a big disconnect? What's going on? Why I do not see the 6,000 loads? Where are they? Is that something wrong with calculation? Is this misrepresentation or what's going on? Well, we have to figure out how they really calculate this. But from my own experience, if you really want to learn how to dispatch trucks, this data is great. And we are proud affiliate of the DAT and we like this data, but you cannot only use one part. So first, I always want you to post your truck. I want you to look what everybody is paying for, let's say, Chicago to Atlanta today. Make few phone calls. Before you make that decision, well, be realistic. When are you delivering? Well, post and see how much they are paying. What is the quick rate search showing? And exactly how many loads are there? And unfortunately, in this market, pre-booking is one of the keys to succeed. In this market, working with the same brokers is your second key to succeed. But because do you see that those loads are not even getting to DAT, to truck stop, to all the load boards? Why? Because we are at low freight market right now. So most of the dispatchers and big companies, mega carriers who have capacity, well, they are booking those loads without even going to the DAT. I just want to make sure that you understand all this. And when you are watching all other gurus on YouTube, when you're watching all this market updates, I want you to be realistic. I really want you to start looking very closely. So let's say if I am right now looking into these colors, right? And I can say, well, the red is hot. Does it mean that if I am a driver and I should go, let's say right here in Memphis, it shows that it's gonna be load to truck ratio 9:9. Does this mean that it's gonna be paying all the money and it's gonna be easy to find the load in that area, exactly in Memphis market? Well, if I don't go and if I do not search and post my truck right here, let's say in Memphis, right? Well, I'm gonna make the biggest mistake. I am gonna think that I am taking my truck to a busy area. So let's change it for tomorrow, because we were looking that there is lots and lots of loads there. And look at this. There's only 6 results. 6 results in this area for van, right? For standard van. Well, let's see. What can we also check on? Well, we can check on the reefer. Let's see if the reefers are gonna do better there, right? So let's update for the reefers. Well, it's 2 results. Let's update for flatbeds and let's delete the reefers. Well, it's going to be only 4 results. So what I am telling you guys, before you make decision on where to send your truck, go post your equipment. See realistically how many loads are posted, and only then book that load. And when you book in that load, calculate your empty miles. Make sure that you're taking them to the market key cities. What does it mean, market key cities? Well, there's the cities where we still have distribution centers, where we still have manufacturing, where we still have a lot of people and a lot of export import. So let's say, is Atlanta is a key market city? Yes. When you're gonna look at, let's say, Vidalia, Georgia, well, it's a market city when the season changes, right? When we have some produce. Right now, no, you don't really want to go there. When we look at Illinois, where do you want to end up? Well, you want to be somewhere close to Chicago, or you can go south where we have big city with production, right? When we are looking at in the middle of the country, do you want to take the load to Wyoming, right? Let's look. It's so funny. I really want to look at that market conditions, and I am actually going to put Wyoming. So if I'm looking into Wyoming, let's put Cheyenne, Wyoming, right? And I'm looking for outbound. Look at this. It's yellow. So that means, well, it's not that bad. It's not dark blue, so it's not a cold market. It's yellow. So if I'm a dry van and I'm going to deliver load in Cheyenne, Wyoming, this tells me that my load to truck ratio is 6.4, which is a great number, right? So that tells you that there's going to be 2,000 loads and approximately only 330 trucks. Well, that means I am not going to have a problem to find the load in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Well, let's verify that. Let's say I'm searching for tomorrow. I'm going to start a new search. And I am actually going to go, so look at this. One more time, look at the market condition. So we are going to post Cheyenne, Wyoming. And I am even going to do this. I'm going to post search for different type of equipment together for the reefer, flatbed, and a dry van, and see how many loads are posted there for tomorrow. Because it tells me that today it's supposed to be 2,000 loads. So I'm even going to give a chance to the program to be correct. I'm going to post for tomorrow and see how many loads are there available. So let's go back and let's search. So origin, Cheyenne, Wyoming, right here. We're going to post equipment type. So we're going to put van. We're going to add reefer. And we're going to even get flatbeds, right? So we got all of this. We're going to post let's do for today and for tomorrow, right? We're going to make sure that we are posting 53 trailer. And since we already added the flatbed, the maximum, we're going to put 48,000 on the weight because we included all three types of equipment, dry van, reefer, and flatbed. And we're going to search. And we do have total 198 results for all type of equipment. So let's actually be more realistic. Let's put just for tomorrow. So look, 17 results. So how can some YouTubers justify giving an update of the market and telling, wow, Wyoming is doing so good. Look at the load to truck ratio. Guys, this is a BS. This is a total BS. And you might not like me for my directness, but this is a totally different reality. 70 results for three type of equipment. When flatbed. And okay, let's be even more specific. Let's just do dry vans. Let's see. We have one load posted for tomorrow. And when we're gonna go here, it tells us for today, for outbound, we had 2,000 loads. They all disappeared. Where are they? So guys, when you are dispatching, you need to make sure you analyze the data. It means that you need to do other steps. And only after seeing the reality, you can go and you can start giving updates on the market. But if we're going to go back for our reality for this month, February of 2025, well, we can justify only this data. That compared to January, I'm going to make it again a little bit bigger so you can see better, right? Compared to January, our rates are down. So for dry van, we were at 215 per mile. Now we're at 205. While for flatbed, we are still the same. And for reefer, we are down from 254 to 238. This data is not evaluated yet because today is February 18th. Remember, this data is only on loaded miles. And remember that this data is given from only certain participants. And as I recall, when we had the live with Mike, who is in charge of the product of the DAT, and he came and he actually was answering our questions a few times, he said that they have 1,000 invoices per day that participate in this. So approximately 330 broker invoices, 330 shipper invoices, and 330 rate confirmations. So this data is based on tiny number of the loads. So when we guys dispatch, these numbers have to be evaluated by you. They have to be evaluated by your phone calls and the reality of those prices. And a lot of times brokers are using that as leverage right now. Wow, look at the DAT. The spot market shows that everybody's paying $1,800 go from Chicago to Atlanta, let's say, for 15 days. But it's only how many invoices in 15 days? And how many millions of dollars in industry are moving every day? How many pounds of products our trucks are moving every day? So as a dispatcher, you need to understand that innovations are great, analytics are great, data is a must, but you as a pro dispatcher has to have a reality check on how to read the data and how to utilize it. Well, hopefully I'll see you in my upcoming March class. Also, for previous students, remember, we are starting our mentor and VIP success pro dispatcher club for the next 3 months, and it's starting on March 5th. That's where we're gonna look closer into the industry. That's where together we can create an atmosphere where we can learn, share experience, and of course, improve ourselves. And it's always me, Alex. And I hope that I deserve your like, your share, your comment. And remember, only you can make the decision to change your life. Only you can improve your skills. And only together we can change trucking for the better. So I'll see you. Make sure that you visit our website, learndispatchtoday.com. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and always we are thankful for the people who support our mission. Without you, we would not be able to do it. And without you, probably I would give up on this mission a long time ago.